Into the Light, Section 9, Crossing Over, and Chapter 36, Beyond the Veil. Psalms 36, verse 9, In thy light we see light. During this time the sons are being caught up to the presence of the Father, which is in the realm of absolute light. The Father exists in the realm of light, something we've not experienced before to this degree, but it will become our abiding place very soon. How does the word go in Matthew? Chapter 5, Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. With purity comes sight, and with sight, change. The sons are quickly ascending into the Father's house as the purifying process is ramped up. It is in this light that God is exposing that which has been hidden in your life, areas which you've not seen before. The sons are being birthed and baptized into the realm of light, and all things are becoming visible and made known to them. That is an experience that is happening. The veil is being removed. But it's being removed because we're being caught up into the Father's presence. Luke 12, For there's nothing covered up that will not be revealed, nor hidden that will not be made known. Ephesians 5, But all things become visible when they're exposed by the light, for everything that becomes visible is light. One of the elements that we're experiencing as we make this transition into the realm of light is what I would call the fixed focus, but it's a great deal more than that. More than we've understood, we're beginning to experience what I would call an intense or fixed focus, or the Greek word atoniso, which is translated fixed focus. However, it means a great deal more than that. It's a focus where your spirit literally extends a cord or particle of union. So it's more than a mental exercise, it actually becomes an extension of your spirit. We translate this Greek word atoniso as fixed or intense focus, but it really does it injustice. There's no dictionary that can best capture the essence of what this type of focus truly is. For it's a focus of your spirit and not the soul. And as we have said, we're making a transition from living in the realm of the soul to living in the realm of spirit. And with that transition from the soul sitting on the throne to your own spirit. So we're talking about a focus of our spirit, which literally involves an extension of yourself. This is the type of focus that was experienced by Peter and John outside the gates of Jerusalem. The word says that they looked upon the man that was sick and said, Silver and gold have we none, but what we have we give you. And they fixed their gaze upon him, and he was healed. That's Acts 3, verse 4. But Peter, along with John, fixed his gaze on him and said, Look at us. Something happened in the focus of these two upon this sick man that was more than just looking intently upon someone. It was an extension that happened from them to this man that brought an impartation and change. That is the atoniso focus of our spirit. How do we get there? So often the Lord puts things before you that are outside your paradigm or comfort zone, and it can challenge you greatly. This is speaking of an element of our spirit which is happening and beginning to happen because of the ascendancy of our spirit over our soul. And the more this ascendancy happens, the more the spirit moves into control, and the more we're going to find a whole new level of experience born out of the function of our spirit. This is what the men and women and children of God had in the book of Hebrews. Something happened to them, and they experienced a type of atoniso focus as they dwelled in the light. We read that they saw from a distance. They saw way into the future the provision of resurrection life and the provision of sonship that was to come. And as the book of Hebrews references, they reached in and grabbed it, and they got hold of it. There are short windows of time happening, more frequently now, where as you dwell in the light, the veil is peeled back and you see. What you often see is where you're headed. You see the provision, you see what's coming, and it's in that instant your spirit latches on to it. What happens in that type of experience? Your spirit is thrown out a lifeline, you might say. There's been an atoniso scenario happening where a particle of union has left from you and connected into that which you saw, just like the men and women in Hebrews. Something's happening, more than what we understand, when the realm of sight opens up. When you see something for just a moment of time, there is something that happens in the connection, and you're pulled up into it. We may not even be aware of what's happening, but it doesn't matter. It only took a millisecond, and you latched onto it. This is what happens as you begin to go through the process of being pulled up into the realm of light. In the book of Hebrews, what they saw was hundreds of years into the future. But as the sons see it now, it's no longer in the future, but it's right here in the present, because this is the time for fulfillment. The experience of atoniso, or fixed focus, is an aspect of sonship that's coming, where we can literally create and do anything by virtue of what we determine and gaze upon. There's no doubt something is beginning to happen within the sons. Note, I did not say to the sons, but within the sons. For our part, we're groaning and travailing to get into this, and we're trying to figure out what more can we do. The shift that is opening up is really tied into our preparation. This is what will bring in the kingdom. It's not based upon the soul. It's not based upon your discipline, and it's not based upon your devotional life. It's entirely based upon the Spirit. And as you're ready, God brings you into it, and the doors open up. How do you bring in the kingdom? Atoniso, the magic word. It is time to bring the kingdom in, but it must be born of spirit and not soul. The further we go down this path, the more we're going to understand what this is really all about, revealing of our spirit. It's not what you are in your soul, but it's who and what you are in your spirit that is the key here. God is birthing the sons into the realm of light, and this is happening right now. Be aware. One of the fringe benefits with this change is that which has been hidden becomes visible, because in His light we see all things. Even the most minute things will no longer be hidden. We're not even talking about the satanic side that hides in darkness. We're just talking about things that have been hidden from our eyes. All of a sudden, in the realm of light, these things become visible to you, and you may look at something and say, well, I thought this was the issue, or that was the issue, and that this was the answer. And yet, as you're birthed into the realm of light, you say, my gosh, it was none of that. This is the issue, and this is the answer. Done. In the realm of light, all things become known. The realm of light intrigues me deeply because our Father is the Father of lights, and we are the sons of light. And we're only now beginning to understand what an incredible creation the sons of God are. In a moment of time, when the veil parted, I saw a different life that we're going to live, a whole different mindset of how we have seen everything around us is going to change. A word came a few years ago. You're going to barely remember what it was like to have lived under a life of oppression, battle, warfare, limitation, and lack. It will be a very faint memory. As we move through this change, we will not carry the baggage of our mind and how our mind thinks and how our mind is set into this level. As we pass through this veil, that which has remained of our carnal mind is going to be removed and replaced by the mind of Christ. Isaiah 43, behold, I am doing something new. Will you be aware? Everything is being made new for the sons. You will not even have the capability to think in terms of limitation. And this is what I saw. The capability of that is even gone. It is time to fully wake up. Something new is happening in the earth, and that something is the sons of God. Something is happening within our spirit that is laying hold of that which is just on the other side of the veil. And the more we get these glimpses, the more our spirit is going to latch on and bring it into being. The sons are living in the realm of light, and they're coming to live in the realm of light. And everything is changing. We're reaching into something on the other side of this veil, and we're walking into it. We're locking into a new provision, a new level of existence, even though we may only see glimpses at this point. 1 Kings 18. Now Elijah said to Ahab, "Go up, eat and drink, for there's a sound of the roar of a heavy shower." So Ahab went up to eat and drink. But Elijah went up to the top of Carmel, and he crouched down on the earth and put his face between his knees. He said to his servant, "Go up now and look toward the sea." So he went up and looked and said, "There is nothing." And he said, "Go back 7 times. It came about at the 7th time that he said, "Behold, a cloud as small as a man's hand is coming up from the sea." And he said, "Go up and say to Ahab, prepare your chariot and go down, so that this heavy shower does not stop you." And in a little while the sky grew black with clouds and wind, and there was a heavy shower. And Ahab rode and went to Jezreel. But the hand of the Lord was on Elijah, and he girded up his loins, and outran Ahab to Jezreel. You remember the story of Elijah outrunning the rain. He prayed and prayed for rain, and the moment he saw a cloud the size of a man's hand, he knew he had it. This word is a cloud the size of a man's hand for the sons. It is here now. And now we must gird our loins and run for it. All it took was a glimpse. We know it's here now, for the taking. In a moment of time, the curtain's being pulled back, and the sons are seeing the provision. And we are the sons of light, and the sons of light are coming to birth now. And this is who you are. The sons of light are beginning to change the playing field, and will continue to change the playing field as they move forward. Just keep speaking the word. We don't have to make this happen, because it's already begun.